s1e5 podcast, season 1, episode 5, That Still Small Voice. I am your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is
Martha Southgate
and Rob Southgate.
Okay, I took so many notes for this episode.
So
Normally I don't have to
many
take very
notes.
many. This was a really
great
great episode, and it was chock full of
Uh-huh.
excitement. So, what did you think when you saw that? In the beginning, you had the marionettes and the gypsy family doing the puppet show.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
That was cool.
And what was that little boy doing?
Stealing?
Yeah, now
it's
I
called a
didn't know.
pickpocket.
I didn't know who any of these characters were going into this one. I knew nothing about it. So that boy, I was watching him going, I wonder. And I actually started thinking, I wonder if that's Pinocchio. Or the kid, remember the kid in Pinocchio that convinced Pinocchio to go with him?
Yeah.
That turned into a donkey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking it might be that kid.
Nope.
But it wasn't.
Turned out to be
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Jiminy Cricket. So it was tied in to the Pinocchio story. So I was picking up that vibe. Now I wondered, we saw Jiminy Cricket's parents.
Yeah. Nasty people.
Yes.
I wonder if they are the ones that try to steal Pinocchio and take him to Muselli or whatever the guy's
Wait, wasn't
name
that
is.
a fox?
Well, in the cartoon it was a fox and a dog or something.
Yeah.
But in this world, I wonder, because she had that funny hair and everything, and I just wonder if that's who they'll turn out to be.
Well, I don't think so.
Or are they just gone? You think we won't
They're
see
just
them
gone?
again?
Yeah.
Now that Archie is actualized.
Yeah, we just don't know. We just don't know.
So Henry is meeting with his therapist.
Uh-huh.
Best name
Go
ever.
for it, Molly. What's his name?
Dr. Hopper.
Yeah.
Dr. Hopper.
And he is convinced 100% that Dr. Hopper is Jiminy Cricket.
Uh-huh.
Which
And
is so
he
funny.
is.
It's so
we
funny.
know he is, but he doesn't know he is, does he? Oh, you know what scene I thought was really funny in this? When Emma gets her new uniform, and she hates it. And it has a tie, a man's tie, and she looks at him, at the sheriff, and she says, really, there's a tie, I'm not wearing this outfit. So.
Yeah, it looks like it's a whole entire man's outfit.
Yeah.
But he tells her she doesn't have to wear it, just the badge.
Right. Well, and that's
Yeah.
because in the last episode, she said that she'd be the deputy.
Yeah.
So now he's trying to make her wear this uniform. That was not a very stylish uniform.
So
Yeah.
what happened when she put the badge on?
The earth shook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Uh-huh.
Well, and you pointed that out. You said immediately as soon as she put that on, there was an earthquake. And then Henry says that things are changing.
Yeah.
Did
Because
something
of her.
happen that caused this
Did you do
explosion or
something?
whatever?
Did you do something different? And she looked down and touched her badge.
It was her badge. It was when she put the
Yeah,
badge on.
because
That was
she was
crazy.
given power, and now she's a citizen of this town.
Right. Now she's in Storybrooke.
There. So how does the mayor feel about her being the new deputy?
Not good.
No, she's
She-
not into that.
And because she was the last to know.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. He did do it behind her back. So Henry, so it turns out there's a mine explosion.
Yeah.
Right? Or a mine collapse. And Henry's supposed to wait in the car, but instead he gets Emma and Archie together and he says, Operation Cobra!
Operation
We gotta
Cobra.
talk about Operation Cobra. This is it. Look at this. There's something buried in that mine that's important.
Yeah, like the tunnel to fairyland.
But they don't believe him.
Did Archie know about Operation Cobra?
He knew it existed, but he goes, I didn't know I'm a part of it.
Oh, okay.
He didn't know he got
I thought that
to-
was funny. I thought that was just something he was saying
No,
to Emma.
he knows, but he didn't know that he was included.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I want to
Yeah.
be in Operation Cobra.
Me too.
And,
So the mines, this was interesting. The mayor says that there are these mines running all over under the town like a honeycomb. And, this kind of stuff happens and, they don't know why there was the explosion. Now, when they were showing those mines, I was immediately thinking Seven Dwarfs. And that was
Yes.
something this whole time I was
Yes.
wondering, if they're having trouble getting them out of these mines and that, why weren't the dwarves there helping? We never saw any of them.
We haven't had them, have they? We've only seen Grumpy.
We've only seen Grumpy,
Yes.
but I just wondered why, like, they weren't the mine workers, or, like, there weren't guys, some of the dwarves.
They worked in a diamond mine. This might not be one of theirs.
Okay.
This one is more...
I just thought they'd be savvy to the whole mine thing.
This one is more of the way they got out of Fairyland and up into Storybrooke.
Yeah.
And then they could close it off, but they could get back if they needed to, maybe. So it might be something that was just constructed.
Well, it's just kind of the portal to Fairyland.
Exactly my point. So,
Oh, I have something to say about Disneyland.
Okay.
Sure.
They have a portal from Beast's Castle into Gaston's cottage.
In Disney World or Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Now, it's
In
a portal.
California?
No.
This is
Disney
in real
World.
life.
Yeah.
That's in Florida, then.
This is in real life.
Yes.
Is it like a tunnel that goes under the ground?
No.
Or what is it?
It's, you just walk through a mirror.
What? You walk through a mirror?
Yeah, it's a mirror, and then it goes woo to the next door, then you walk through it.
Seriously.
Cool. I want to see that.
What?
Yeah.
Why haven't you taken us to Disneyland?
Disney World. It's in Florida.
You have to take it to... You haven't taken us.
That's not
We've
true.
been there, but we just
I
didn't know
took you
about
guys
the
to Disney
portal.
World.
Why haven't you taken us twice?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about the show.
Yeah,
There's
really.
too much to talk
They
about.
added a Little Mermaid thing, too.
Yeah, okay.
So we get to see Geppetto.
Yeah!
Who does Henry believe is Geppetto in this? Do you remember his name?
Huh?
I remember his name. Do you remember his name?
Who does Henry think?
In Storybrooke, what's
Geppetto.
Geppetto's name?
Who?
I don't remember.
Marco.
Marco. It's Dr. Hopper's best friend.
But what does Marco do? Because we saw him in another episode. Did it show like what his job is,
It
or
could have, but I don't recall.
Yeah.
he's probably like a bike repair guy or something?
How come?
So
Because he was a tinkerer. And
why don't we finish out the that whole storyline, and then we can address what's going on with Mary Margaret Blanchard.
Okay.
So Henry goes back to Dr. Hopper, and Dr. Hopper got threatened by the mayor, and she said, "I will take away your house. I will ruin you.
All you'll have left is the umbrella over your head."
Yes, if you don't get rid of this delusion that Henry has. So Henry went back to see him, and he told him, "None of this is real. You're just going to end up getting put away, and you're not going to you've got to let this go."
Crushes the kid.
So Henry shows up, and Emma's crying. She goes to yell at Dr. Hopper, and at which point Henry goes down the mine.
Yeah.
And then they have to go try to rescue him.
Now that's really dangerous. I thought this was kind of scary.
This was quite a scary episode.
Yeah.
Because you had that all the stress of the mine.
Not as scary as the one that me and Mom saw, which was way, way, way farther than this one.
Okay, let's not ruin anything.
But this one was scary with the marionette, when the couple turned into a marionette.
Shh,
Yes.
I don't even want to get to that. That was the scariest thing.
And
those
the
are
mine.
scary.
Yeah.
Okay. The mine was scary.
So we've got Emma and Arthur. I keep calling him Arthur. Archie are in the mine, are looking for Henry, and the mine shakes again and starts collapsing. And Archie gets to him, and Henry runs, and he cannot get him to listen to reason and get out of this mine. And Henry finds glass, and it had some type of design on it. I think it's a window.
I thought
from something.
Like it's they crashed
window.
through a window or something.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe it's a looking glass.
Well, I had suggested a mirror, that it was the man.
Wait.
But it was not.
Me and Mom, and we all found out that it was the portal to Fairyland.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but we're wondering what that glass is. I actually wrote down
specifically what the broken glass is.
I wrote down that Henry found a piece of glass with a chicken foot in it, because that's what it looked like to me.
Like a twig.
A twig.
Or a chicken foot.
Okay.
You're weird.
I don't know why it looked like a chicken foot to me.
A brown chicken foot?
Maybe he was dipping in chocolate.
So Pongo's up there, and they hear him barking, so they know they're close. They
know they're close to the surface.
They find an elevator shaft that could get them up, an elevator-y thing. So they try to do that, but then at the same time up above, they're using explosives.
Right, and the mayor wants this blown open. She just insists they use the explosives?
No.
Yeah, she
No,
did.
Geppetto did.
I thought the mayor did.
No, the mayor said,
No.
get them out of there, and he said, we have to use explosives.
Oh, so it's Geppetto almost killed
So he
everybody.
has something to do with that. He's in that field.
What
What do
field?
you mean that field?
He works in that. Those were his men getting the
so he's
rocks off.
Why
the
do you
thing.
think he's a bike fixer?
I never said
You said that,
I'm
Dad.
so confused. Maybe my Storybrooke character said
What Storybook character?
it.
So they get the thing opened up. They find Pongo actually finds the opening to the elevator shaft.
Right.
And they lift the thing off.
Yeah, and
the
it's
grate off.
it's an air vent,
and
the elevator shaft is down there.
And so they send down Emma.
Right.
And she rescues them. And
and
barely rescues
barely.
Archie.
Well, and
Yes.
it's actually important before Emma goes down there, Archie and Henry are in there talking. They're trapped. And Henry really talks to Archie about why he thinks he's Jiminy Cricket. He talks about the whole conscience thing.
Yeah.
And as he's describing Jiminy Cricket in relation to Archie, Archie realizes, wow, you really are describing me. Now, he doesn't say, like, I'm Jiminy Cricket.
No, but he's starting
has
to
the
see
best
why he's gotten to this point.
He does have a great line, though, when he's like, why do you think I'm Jiminy Cricket? He says, why not? Do you remember what Archie says? First of all...
I forget.
He says, first of all, I'm not a...
Cricket.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
Yeah, first of all,
you're saying
I'm not a cricket.
Jiminy Cricket, but I'm a man.
Yeah,
not
clearly not a cricket.
Am I a man or am I a cricket?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
She'll sing that more often
What?
in the bits of the episode.
You think?
You think there's more songs to come?
Yes.
So let's talk about...
Well, no, so let's finish that up. So Emma gets him out, but barely. The elevator shaft falls, and you think that I thought that Jiminy Cricket was dead.
It was very upsetting.
Yes.
But he hangs on by what?
His umbrella.
That umbrella saves his life.
Yeah.
And they take their own sweet time getting him out of there. As you
I
pointed
know,
out.
she sat there forever. I was like, Emma, radio up. He can't hold on that long.
Right. He's holding on to an umbrella.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be slippery.
And every umbrella I've ever had, like, none of them are strong enough. The whole back end would break off. And
well, he's got a special umbrella.
yeah, I guess he doesn't have the $3 Target umbrella that I usually have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's get Mary Margaret out of the way.
Okay.
Because that's my least favorite part of this storyline right now.
Yeah, well, this was just kind of moving it along. So we see the Prince and Mary Margaret.
I don't know his name.
We're going to call
on
him
the
Prince
show.
Spaghetti-O.
I want to say he's Joe, but I just made that up.
Prince Joe.
So anyway, she is visiting him in the hospital. They're playing hangman. They're getting very chummy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, that's how Mom and I dated. We just sat around and played hangman.
No, we watched TV on the phone together.
And then we basically podcasted over the phone to each other.
We did, but podcasting didn't exist back.
No, computers didn't really exist.
No, nothing.
Well, computers did, but the internet didn't.
No.
Can you imagine a world without the internet?
No.
Cable had just come on the scene not long before.
It's so sad. We're so
Like 6 years. Yeah, so anyway. Oh, enough about us.
Old.
So they're playing hangman and whatever, and you can see that they're really developing
yes,
a
they're
relationship.
developing a relationship.
And it's a rather inappropriate relationship because he is married.
Well,
He doesn't
now, wait a minute.
remember.
We don't know that he's married. We know that Sleeping Beauty is saying they're married, but he doesn't remember any of it.
Right.
And I'm kind of thinking they're not married.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that as we're going along here,
I know
that it's a setup to keep Snow White and Prince Spaghetti-O apart.
Let's just call him Prince Charming.
Okay. Not as fun. So,
I'm not saying anything.
okay. Well, yeah, I'm guessing. I haven't seen any of this.
I don't remember.
But I don't
But
think,
I'm
my guess is that they're not married.
No matter what, in
I
the
know they're not.
context of
Dad,
the story.
Mom, Dad's right. Dad's right. They're not married.
Right, but she doesn't know that.
Right,
And
so it's
in the context
inappropriate.
of the story, it is inappropriate.
Right.
Because she believes him to be married.
Right.
So then that's wrong.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
In her case, that is wrong.
Right.
yes, but if it may end up in the future not new things might come to light and they might not be wrong. But in this moment, with the information that she has, she
wrong.
knows this is an inappropriate relationship.
Right.
And so she goes to the hospital the one day, and he says, "Oh, where are you going?" And she said, "Oh, I'm leaving." And he said, "Well, I get physical therapy now, and I could take it outside and do a 30-minute walk, but there's nobody here to walk with me. Would you stay and walk with me?"
Right.
And so she does that, and he starts telling her he has feelings for her, and then up comes his wife, and she looks very sad.
Oh, I didn't think she looked sad. I thought she
was crying, like she was about to start crying, and she was like, "Oh, I made you." It's embarrassing. She's trying to. She's got a relationship with him.
I interpreted it a little bit differently because I think that Sleeping Beauty is
sad.
I think that she's coming in at her opportune times to stop them from figuring out that they have a relationship.
Way of looking at
and when she showed up here, she was definitely snow blocking. I do not think that she was showing up tearful. Although maybe I didn't see her face because I was writing notes there.
I think she was like, "Oh, I brought you some muffins."
Yeah, but she was kind of crying. She looked.
Well, maybe
she was trying to put cheerful on top of it because she heard them.
I have another theory, though. You may be completely right.
I may be completely wrong.
I have another theory.
I think you're completely wrong.
If she was walking up crying or whatever, maybe somebody is putting pressure on her to make this happen, because Sleeping Beauty should not be a bad guy.
Right.
So maybe she's being blackmailed and something's being put on her, and they're going, "You get over there." It could be Rumpelstiltskin. Who knows?
Mr. Gold,
you get over there and stop these two and put pressure on her, and that's why she looks upset.
Yeah, because she...
Because there's no way they're married with a dog named Ajax. As he said, who names their dog Ajax?
Yeah.
Somebody.
Sleeping Beauty.
I thought it was a cute name.
I did too. I have no problem with it. We have a cat named Cowboy, and we have one named Putty. I mean, who names their cats Cowboy and Putty?
I do.
You didn't name anything. You weren't even born yet.
I know that.
So...
Who names her kid Molly?
She ends up putting her resignation in to the hospital because she knows that it's inappropriate, and she's got to sever that that connection.
Right.
Because he has to.
Well, she knows when when Sleeping Beauty walked up that this isn't cool. That's why she's resigning from the hospital.
Yes. So
that's where you might be completely right on all of it. I may be just interpreting it differently, but
I'm right in the moment. I don't know if I'll be right in the future.
Right.
But in the moment, this is with what we know. I am correct.
Right. I'm just going by how I kind of interpreted it, and I think Molly's kind of with me, but she's also seen ahead too. So
yeah,
and I've seen ahead, but I have no memory.
You don't remember what?
I never. Every episode, I'm like, did I see this? Oh yeah, and I'll remember one or two parts, but then I don't remember any of the.
I remember every little detail.
I know.
Yes, of course. So, are we done with that part of it?
Well, let's talk about what happened with Jiminy Cricket's family. So
Jiminy Cricket's family, he was with his parents. And what were his parents? What were they doing?
Stealing.
Yeah.
Right. They were con artists, basically.
Yes.
They would go in and they would try different scams to get money and things.
They lived like gypsies.
Yeah.
Taught him how to pickpocket, and they were con artists.
Con people.
Yeah. And so they would depending on where they were, what time of year, what was going on, they had different scams they would run.
Right.
Yeah.
So they had their elf tonic, they had their the scams they ran during their
where they had him stealing and whatever. You got the
kinds
impression they had all sorts of things going on.
Grifters.
Yes, grifters.
What are grifters?
Them.
Con artists.
People that travel around and do these sort of scams.
Oh.
So they were not letting him. He kept wanting to stop. I don't want to do this anymore.
Right,
I don't want to live like this anymore.
Conscience was getting the best of him.
And we have enough money. We don't need the money. She said, we're not doing it for the money. We're doing it for the principle of the thing.
Right.
Meaning that we just want to screw people over.
Yeah. And his dad even said, we steal from them, and then they steal from somebody else, and then that person steals from somebody else. It's just how it works. No, that's not how it works.
After one of the times,
maybe in their world,
Jiminy brings the treasures they've collected from people, the various things, over to Rumpelstiltskin. And what does he get from?
Oh, and he was spinning gold. That was cool.
Yeah, elf tonic.
And he didn't get elf tonic. He got a potion.
Yeah.
Right.
And who was he supposed to use that on?
His parents.
And then what did Rumpelstiltskin say he wanted as payment? Do you remember?
No.
He said, "Leave their bodies there.
Yeah.
Just leave them where they are, and I will collect them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
which we know he does.
now we know it was wood. It would have been wood marionette.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that makes so much sense when you know what happens at the end.
Yeah.
And they would have been crazy-haired marionettes.
Yeah.
Those marionettes were frightening.
They
looking.
were.
Yeah.
Very scary.
So the way it played out, they found this nice little cottage, and they went up and he said, "Oh, could you please spare anything for me and my aging parents?" And they come in the house, and this lovely young couple gives them broth, and they tell them they just came, and bread, and they said they just came through a neighboring town where they saw people dying from the plague.
That was not true. Though, but Jiminy Cricket was like, "Oh, thank you for the thing."
Right. Well, he even said, "Can you help an honest man and his elderly parents?"
Yes.
So he was
They
even
were
trying
not
to warn them,
honest,
like, they're not honest.
Yeah.
And he was appreciative of the bread and everything. And there was no way he was going to stop this unless he just stood up and said, "They're scamming you."
Yes.
And that wasn't
then
happening.
they would have hurt him badly.
Right.
Yeah.
So then they gave him the elf tonic, which was supposed to help them with the plague.
And first the couple gave them whatever they wanted.
Oh yeah, all sorts
they
of stuff.
They said, "You give us whatever, you could take whatever you want, but you leave us this elf tonic so we don't die of the plague."
Right.
Yeah.
And so they collected all they wanted and loaded up their caravan. And when Jiminy Cricket went back in, they were wooden.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They were.
That
those
was
marionettes.
really creepy.
Yes, I didn't even look. Okay, I kind of did.
His dad said that they used sleight of hand. They used a magic trick to switch the potion with
right,
the
like when he was doing the tricks with the coins earlier. He
when
does kind of close-up magic.
He threw the tonic on them. He thought he was throwing the potion on them.
Yeah.
And when he threw it, it was just rainwater.
Yeah, the tonic was really rainwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they turned this lovely young couple into wooden marionettes. And then who showed up? Who
Their
came
son.
home?
And it was the same kid that had talked to Jiminy that gave him the umbrella that becomes Jiminy Cricket's umbrella.
Yep.
He was a good boy. And
the kid's crushed by this.
Well, can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
And then Jiminy, of course, is crushed by this. And at the end, we see him. He's looking up at this blue star, and he's saying, "I wish, I wish." And who shows up?
Your favorite character? The voluptuous blue fairy.
Right. Yep. And,
That's why you like her, because she's voluptuous.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
And she has a weird dress.
Yeah,
she
has
does.
A
I
very
do not
weird
like her dress at all.
I actually think I like the weird dress most of all.
But
because
you don't like
it looks
her
like
wings.
Crocheted and weird.
Yeah.
I think I might like her dress, actually.
You do?
Yeah.
Now, the wings, to me...
Perfect. You're wearing it to the father-daughter dance.
When you see the wings from her front, when you're looking at her straight on and you see her wings, they look very real and they move like an insect's wings. When I see them from the back, I'm not as impressed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I'm sure that somebody studied it and they are exactly right, but to me,
how would they be exactly right?
They're an insect.
For
Somebody did their research, and I don't want to, upset them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, I like them better from the when they wiggle around in the front, when they flapping around.
They are flapping around in the back.
That sounds bad.
Oh, it sounds terrible. So anyway, we are
talking about her wings, right?
I'm not.
Yes.
So they were talking about, or she says to Jiminy that she can't save the couple.
Right.
Because what's done is done.
Back.
Now we know why, because it was a Rumpelstiltskin bit of magic. And what happens with magic?
Magic comes with a price.
Right. He didn't say it in this episode, but I thought of it
But we thought it.
20 times during this one because it did.
It did come with a price.
So she says, I can't do anything, but maybe there's something else I can do. And she says, what do you wish? What would you do to get away from your parents? And what does he wish?
To be a cricket.
What
Guess
a
what,
weird wish.
Don't you dare tell on me.
Guess what Mom thought he was wishing? To be poop.
No!
Pooh?
Something.
What I said.
Why would he wish to be
No,
Pooh?
in my defense, what I said was he should have clarified because she said, "Oh, I know what you're wishing for," and she was just turning him into it. If that had happened to me, I have ADD. If
You'd have been
she
thinking
had
about
said,
poo?
I'd said that to Mom. I'm like, I would have been thinking like, oh, maybe poo, crickets. It could have been any number of things all at the same time.
I would have made a mistake and turned into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
See? So
Ray, what did you do?
I would have had her say to me, could you just tell me which one you think I'm wishing for?
Yeah, because I just thought of 40 things.
Because in that moment, I was thinking of so many different things, and I don't know which one you're landing on.
You know what?
But
There's a good chance I would have been thinking about Batman because I am right now, and I would have turned into Batman or Spider-Man.
So do you see what I'm saying? There's an issue there with the communication.
And you could turn into Superman.
I could.
No, you already are.
Oh, I get Pooh, you get Superman. That's nice.
I remember that comic, Superman and his sidekick Pooh.
Okay, so let's talk about the last scene. What happens in Mr. Gold's shop?
We see the puppets. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, well, we saw those in the last episode.
But we didn't know what they were.
Yep.
Well, you guys did, but I said,
I did.
what weird-looking puppets. And you guys went like, oh, you're going to find out.
Yeah.
And there they were.
So
I have a feeling that at some point the magic's going to be broken and we're going to see those two come back.
Ooh, we get to reunite the family.
I really do.
I wonder where the boy is.
Well, did we say No. You wonder where the boy is? The boy is Geppetto.
The boy's Geppetto. So
and that's
Marco.
why, and because Marco is Geppetto and the boy is Geppetto, and that's why he's fixated on the marionettes
Yes.
and makes Pinocchio because of what happened to his parents.
Okay, so if his parents come back, they'd
Calling
come
Dr.
back.
Freud.
They'd come back in their 20s again. That'd be a little weird. So he'd have to.
They'd be younger than him.
Yeah, a lot.
That's
like
weird.
60 years. I don't know how old
Either that or
is.
they'd come back, they'd be the right age, and they'd just instantly
All right,
die.
I think I just offended that guy saying he's 80.
I don't know. How old is that guy?
Maybe he's 60.
45?
No. Oh, shit. All right, so that's it. Another fabulous episode.
Now,
Dad, you're insulting yourself by saying he's 45 too.
Busted. So there weren't really any costumes in this one per se, other than I loved
the blue.
No, not that. I loved when Jiminy Cricket turned into a cricket.
Yeah, that was very cool.
I thought the effects were cool.
Yes.
I thought that was an awesome looking character.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
And it did make me want summer because I love the sounds of cricket.
And we didn't really have any locations. Like usually we have some kind of weird location that seems like this was a mine.
Like summer.
It looked like a mine. Although at the very end,
there was the tunnel.
Yes, when she dropped that glass. She dropped that piece of glass and went down and landed with all that other broken glass.
Yep.
And we know that's the portal to Fairyland. That was really cool too.
That glasses was probably the doorway. It was probably the barrier.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that. Oh, I just had a thought.
Ooh.
Maybe that is a mirror.
Yourself.
Maybe it's the magic mirror.
No, I said that already.
You
I
did?
think so. Yeah,
You
probably.
can tell I don't pay attention.
But it's not. It's clear. It's not a mirror.
Yeah, but on a mirror, the glass is clear, and then there's the silver mirror stuff behind. So on the magic mirror, it would be glass.
But it wouldn't have
And then-
separated
What?
from the.
It's a magic mirror.
That's all a little too much for me. I'm just going to say it's a big window that they broke through to get up to Maine.
Yes. A door, you mean.
You're a dork.
You're a dork.
Oh, I thought you said I'm a dork.
Hey, Molly.
You are a dork.
Molly, you're adorkable.
Thank
A,
you.
you're
Okay.
adorkable.
B,
B,
you're adorkable.
Okay.
C, you're a cute.
little dork. Okay, let's end
All right,
that.
let's be done. So
that's
we're
it.
all good.
So thank you for listening, everybody. This has
Uh-huh.
been the Ever After Podcast. You can follow this show, hear old episodes, and listen to all our other cool podcasts,
Yeah.
like Geek My Kids, on or at our website, which is
the Kiddie Pool Network. Hi, I'm Molly. I'm on the kiddie pool.
Yeah, but what's our website?
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
Yes. All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks again for listening, everybody. Let's end this like every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The end.
If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button. It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.